Hey guys, welcome back. Today we want to do something different. I found this little gun for €1.50 in a shop, and I almost instantly thought, man, this gun looks like a gun from PUBG. And actually it is almost the same gun as the P1911 from PUBG, and we want to make this gun look like a real gun from PUBG. So this is the gun. First of all, we try to unwrap it and see how it's made and how good the parts actually are. Okay, that's not very good. So what I did not see is that this side looks actually quite nice and the back side has some screws on. So we will have to fill in those holes, fill them up to make it look real. Here also is some made in China, which obviously the real gun is not made in China, and we will want to eliminate this maybe by sanding. All in all, you can pull the trigger, so the trigger is only fake, you can only shoot it like that. So the handle pieces look like you can actually take them off, which is very good because the whole gun needs to be black except the handle pieces, which need to be like brown woodish. So this comes in really handy. So what I really don't want is the barrel, which I think we can actually remove. Maybe the best thing would be to disassemble it and to glue both pieces together so they won't spread apart like in this area. So all the screws have been removed. Let's try to open the gun. This is not very complicated. So when looking at the real gun, the P1911, this piece right here should be flush. So we can only see this, and there's no real barrel sticking out. So I will mark it right on the edge, cut this off, and then paint it black. While the nozzle or the barrel is drying, we can already start on the handle pieces. It's supposed to be metalish, or no, not metalish, like more like wood. And what you can see is here is the injection point of injection molding. You can see it if my camera wants to focus. This is the injection point. I have to sand this down, also on the other piece, and then basically I think we're good to go. On the real part there are screws right here, but I will paint it first, then make some through holes, try to fit in some screws. While the handle pieces have been primed, the barrel had chance to dry. It is dry to the touch. I think we can put it in. As you can see, I try to fill in the inside also, so you cannot see the orange part. It is not allowed to wear guns which look like real guns outside. So what I want to do is to print an insert which is orange or some bright color, if I any time have to take it somewhere. So you can see it is not a real gun, but I don't think I will go to any convention. I wasn't there yet, so shouldn't be a matter for me for now. Let's just try to push it together with some super glue. Should give a nice clean small seam line. Definitely better than before, where every part wanted to crack open. So I think this was a good choice to glue it together. Then let's put the screws back in. The hardest part definitely will be to remodel this area. I have to fill it up and then sand this totally smooth. I think this will be the hardest edge. So I can already start to sand down the Made in China. So I added a coat of spray putty, and as you can see, the seam lines are still visible, so I have to cover this with some car putty and sand it down again. While I do this, I will cover the holes with car putty and see if I can smooth out the surface well enough. Alright, I filled in all the gaps. It looks very rough. I have to sand a lot in the end, but I tried to fill the holes in as much as I can. I can see that it is not perfect in every spot. I hope I can compensate it with just more sanding. As you can see on my hands, I have sanded down all the filler excess. In my opinion, it is good to go for first round of spray putty. While the putty on the gun is drying, we can finish the handle pieces, which have been primed, filled and painted black. You cannot see the injection point anymore, so they look good. I have some brown acrylic color here, mixed with some water. And I have some black acrylic color, also mixed with some water, just to give it a kind of a texture, different colors on the paint. And just put on some brown color. The difference is not very much, but it doesn't have to be. Just a little bit here and there. And let's go straight to the black color. Just dense it a little bit. So the gun has been filled, it dried, I have sanded it again. The surfaces look clean. I will apply a second coat of filler. Before applying the coat, I will clean it off, and afterwards we can see what it looks like. So here is the gun after 3 or 4 coats of filler. The result is not perfect, but for me it's good enough, and so we can start putting on the first coat of real color. As a coat I will use an antique color I found in a super cheap hobby store, and I'm using this color for some projects now. It is quite good, and price wise it's quite okay. It's €5.50 for one spray can. So the final color coat is now ready. As you can see, the rustique antique color has small silver pigments in here. So I gave it a antique painting, a little bit of black color, so it wouldn't be too shiny, but it has a nice metal look. So all we gotta do is give it a clear coat, assemble it, and we're ready to go. So here it is, the finished, painted, sealed gun. Now we just have to add a little bit of detail. So I have my handles right here, and I want to add some screws. Usually there should be like flathead screws, but I don't have a set of 4 screws. So I will use those Phillips head screws. instead. And what I'm gonna do is I have this 1.5mm drill. I will drill from the back side a small tiny hole, which should be enough to screw in the screws by hand. So the holes are in. I will assemble the grip to the gun and then put the screws in. Should be a very tight fit. So here is the finished gun. As you can see, it's very shiny. I didn't meant to make it that shiny. The color is more gray than black. It looks very black on camera. It's more gray with metallic powder in it, and as you can see, the mechanism is still working. You can actually still shoot some darts with it. They don't really fly very far. As said, don't use this gun in public, don't wear it in public. Here in Germany we have very strict gun laws. It looks like a real gun and you shouldn't wear this outside. This is only for display and for me trying out some different techniques. As you can see, the build is actually completed. I kind of like the result. You cannot see the seam lines. On first glance it looks like a real gun. Probably the color is not 100% on point. Shouldn't be that black, more silverish, but still for a €1.50 toy gun, which I for the first time transformed into kind of a prop or real gun, I'm happy with the result. If you didn't like the result, leave me a comment in the description below what to improve. If you liked it, leave me a thumbs up or a subscription to my channel. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Have a nice day and goodbye.